running out of fuel. Ugh. You guys remember the 301 mini bike? I forgot how mean this thing is. This thing's a hoot and a half. We got a few things. We need to put a kickstand on it. We never did install a kickstand on this thing, so what we're going to do is cut the kickstand off of the trike and weld it onto this, because we do not need a kickstand no more on that. And this gas tank's been leaking a little bit of gas on top of the engine, which is just where I didn't Teflon tape the bungs enough that I put in there. So we got to pull that off, address that, probably clean this gas tank out. It's been sitting since that video you guys seen us riding this, so it's been sitting a while. And other than that, we're going to header wrap the exhaust, the header on it, so it's real hot on your butt. And take out the governor. That's probably what we're going to do. And I'm telling you, this thing's going to run 65, 70 mile an hour with the governor taken out. This thing's mean. It feels like dirt bike power, almost. And we got to adjust the brakes and see if we can work out some front brakes on this thing. Alright, so first matter of business is I have to unbolt the seat. I was looking at the seat. These shocks should have been mounted at a more uphill, like straighter. But the way this had to be, I wanted the nose of the seat to touch the gas tank. But what I'm looking at now is I could actually move this nose back and it would straighten up these shocks and not put such a... It's kind of like wanting to bend the shock in the center. I mean, I put some heavy weight. You got to get right on the side. You can see a little bend in it. Can you tell that? It's just the slightest little bit. And I'm afraid that's going to end up busting on us. That would suck. So what I'm going to do is move this front of the seat back a little bit and drop it down some. So, you know, the back of the seat's kind of like this, and we're going to level it on out. This thing, I tell you, it's freaking mean. I forgot how fast it was. So fast for a mini bike. Just got so much low end grunt. So we're going to be pulling the motor off, pulling the gas tank, and then we're going to try this stuff a company sent me. It's supposed to remove rust as well as prevent rust. So we'll be showing that in a little bit, and we'll see how it stands up to the test. So on these foot pegs, you can see we used an 1/8 inch thick of steel, and that's basically the peg stop, so we can still collapse them up if you was to hit something in the woods. This is too thin. It's wanting to bend right at the back part, so what I'm going to do is cut these off, and I'm going to put a 1/4 inch thick piece of steel. That way when I jump this takes a lot of my weight and it's bending that out, so I need to address that. Look at the front of the engine where all that gas leaked. It's filthy. It was on top of the engine as well, but it's coming out of this fuel bung right here. It's covered in old fuel. So we're also going to clean the inside of the tank, get that old fuel out of there, put new fuel lines on it, and yeah, with that governor going, it's going to be 100 times better, I'm sure. All right, when I made this Springer seat, if you guys remember, which you probably don't, I made it quick release on the rear. So I use these little trailer pins. Oh gosh. And you know, it should be quick. Oh gosh, hit my finger. Alright. Good gracious. Why are these so hard to get out? Okay, give me a second. It's like putting pressure on the pin for some reason. Goodness. So yeah, we'll probably definitely be moving that seat back a little bit. Come on, baby. Alright, so that seat, if you remember, the seat was bending in the center, so I took a 1/4 inch piece of flat stock, put a couple tacks to keep the center of the seat from bending. But I don't like how I made this whole seat mount. You can see it bent, and that's what was putting pressure on those shocks. So we're going to have to come up with a new way to mount this seat. So definitely have to figure out something on that Springer seat setup. Like this. Goodness. Alright. So now I can take the chain off. We're gonna loosen up the wheel and we can get this motor unbolted and off here. So I'll go ahead and unhook the throttle cable. And there she is. 301 is removed. So we're gonna let Aubrey take her first governor out. Oh, yeah. So we gotta drain the oil the right way, which I never do. I want to tighten this because I don't want you to strip it. I'm going to try to save the gasket. Alright, now Aubrey, go ahead and grab both those ears and slowly pull it off. Keep on going.
Oh, well that worked.
There you go. So we'll be taking this out, that's part of it. And we gotta take this rod out right here. Take this and hook that and pull it out. This little thing right there. Pull it straight towards you. Bam. So we got that governor arm pulled out. Governors on 301s and 420s are so easy. Okay, there's two bolts, one right there and one right there. You might be able to only get to this one. Alright. Can you get to that one? Alright. Push hard.
that works.
Can I grab that out? Okay, throw it in that yellow bucket behind you. Because that's where they belong.
Sure.
And I'll take those cutters and cut that wire right there. Alright, throw that away.
This?
Okay, so the oil sensor is removed. So now we got to tap this hole, and I'm using a 7/16 tap. Come on. I would let you do this, Aubrey, but this is dangerous. 7/16 tap works perfect in this oil sensor hole. Just got to make sure you get it started straight. And you're supposed to, when tapping a hole, you're supposed to tighten about a turn and then loosen it a half a turn. Tighten the turn, loosen it half turn. I'll just go full bore at it. Just aluminum. A 7/16 tap fits perfectly in a 12.7mm socket I have found. Alright. We'll grab a 7/16 bolt and we'll put some red Loctite on it so she'll never come out. So I was putting some red Loctite on and it was clogged and it blew out, blew it all over my floor. It looks like blood. There's some red Loctite. Someone commented on the 420 build video because I put a crap ton of Loctite on, I can't remember what nut it was, but I didn't mean to do that, but the video was already shot, so I just went with it. So we got that oil sensor hole plugged off, and I've gotten people commented on that video it's stupid blocking off or deleting the oil sensor. It is not if you want to have fun, because you have to delete the oil sensor or it's going to shut your go-kart off every time you go around a curve really hard, because all the oil sloshes away from that sensor, and the sensor is only designed for equipment. That's why any go-kart that you buy does not have an oil sensor, is because it shuts engines off when they do not need to be shut off. Make sure to get every piece of it out, because that will kill a rod pretty fast. So I had to drill this out for a 3/8 bolt, and then I put a small O-ring around the bolt as well as some red Loctite, and then I center it down on there. So you can tap this with a 5/16. The only problem with the 5/16 is it's not quite enough meat there for the, oh my gosh, not enough meat for the 5/16 bolt to grab a hold of. So that being said, I just took and got a 3/8 tap. Buy you a nice tap and die set. They're extremely handy.
They'll be on the Amazon store.
Yeah, you can find them in our links. Oh my gosh. Nailed my thumbnail. Ah, it's throbbing.
I know that hurts.
It's throbbing.
Does an Irish dance make you feel better?
No. There's so much blood. There's no blood.
Squeeze the tip of red Loctite.
I hate that. That red Loctite's been busted up for a long time. Okay. Mother, that's close. So we got the governor hole tapped where the governor arm goes through, and we also got the oil sensor. So now all that's left to do is get,
Clean some other things.
now we got to get this gear cog off there. Where's my flathead? There we go. Got that cap off now. There's a little clip, and it's always extremely hard to show this part. There's a clip down in there, that little metal ring right there. They're a lot easier on big blocks because of the of the governor gear being on the side cover. You're not working in the block like on a 212.
What does that ring do?
Just holds this gear symbol on there. So there we go. Is it clear?
Yep.
So there's that little governor ring. Now, we ain't mangled this thing up too bad. You can pry it right up off there. So always make sure you get that washer off right there. Whether it's on a 212 or a big block, pull that washer out.
Last 3 days in a row, there's been like full meals in our yard. Like somebody's throwing food into our yard.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they're trying to feed the dogs?
We thought the dogs, but it's never eaten. Like yesterday it was
They're poisoning them?
possibly. But yesterday it was a birthday cake.
It's like a whole birthday
A
cake?
whole birthday cake. Today it was a whole like rotisserie chicken. And the reason we don't think it's the dogs is I could see the dog going and getting it and bringing it back into the yard. But they'd eat it. It was like untouched. So
we're going to slap a clutch on it just to see, because you should be able to hold it on a wheelie as long as you want.
Yeah.
That's going to be sweet.
So basically you're saying, you know, Lonnie, you need a new scar.
Yeah. Yeah, mine still got that one. That's from the Super Scoot. And then again on the 670.
Mine.
Yeah, and I thought I could have swore I had one over here, but I guess I got that in twice. And that was a pretty good one. Which I knew it was going to scar. Okay, so we got the 301 all tore down. Now we're going to actually end up building the motor, fully build it in the next video. We're going to do the cam, billet rod, billet flywheel, all that good stuff. I've had the parts laying around for a while, so we might as well go ahead and do it. So this might be a couple part video. We're going to build the engine in the next video, and then you should see us riding it in the third video. So stay tuned, guys. This thing is about to get crazy fast because the 301's got a ton of power. It's really torquey, and I can imagine it with that 275 cam in it. It's going to be even crazier. So make sure to stay tuned. We also got some more toys. Where you at? Right there. So stay tuned for the videos to come. And like I said, we'll be building the motor next week and hopefully getting this thing crazy mean. Thank you guys for watching. Check the links out below for all the parts that we used. And may God bless. Redbeard's Garage is powered by GoPowersports.com. GoPowersports has a huge amount of awesome go-kart and mini bike parts, and when making your purchase, use the Redbeard discount code in the upper right-hand corner of your shopping cart to grab yourself a sweet deal. Hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you'll never miss another episode, and go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest to stay up to date with the channel. Guys, always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.